Once again, if you have a question, if you haven't chatted me already, please do so now. We'll start off today with Daniel Oyefusi from the Baltimore Sun.
Hey, Mark, I hope you're doing well. In the first matchup against Minnesota, we held Minnesota to the lowest points you had any team this season. Marcus Carr scored 25, but it seemed like outside of him, you guys just really did well. I mean, looking back at the film, what stood out to you?
Well, we guarded for 40 minutes, and we've guarded for 36, we've guarded for 34, we've guarded for 30, but that game we guarded till the very end, every possession. We had a couple bad transitions in the first half when we subbed, but besides that, we were really good. So, and then some guys missed some shots for us, which always helps. But Carr was a load. He ended up at 25, got to the foul line a lot. And, Robin's got in foul trouble, which was big for us because he's so important to their team. So we expect them to be dialed in and ready to go. But we were really good defensively for 40 minutes.
Emily Jean Balbo, Washington Post.
Hey, Mark. This is kind of big picture, not even necessarily Minnesota, but when you're playing a team twice, how does the game planning change going into the second time? Like, do you try to use anything from the first one, or do you just have to keep evolving and getting better?
No, you gotta try to use what worked, and they're going to make adjustments, just like we'll make adjustments to some of the things they're doing. And then teams evolve. They're running different stuff now. Different ways to post the ball, different ways to get into their offense. So the game, even though the players will be the same, it might look different tomorrow. But no, you try to learn. And when you're in a league, you learn, people do certain things against Maryland. We'll do certain things against Purdue that we feel like works over time and, on down the line. So, but they're going to try to do the things that worked, and we're going to try to do the things that worked, and then we'll just adjust as the game goes on.
Do you feel like at this point in the season in the league, you pretty much know what you're going to get from most teams?
Well, we haven't seen everybody yet, but yeah, I think you are who you are. But let's say that. I do think teams get better, and I think we're a team that's getting better. Record might not show it. But enthusiastic practices and guys had a great week. And so you hope it carries over tomorrow night at 7:00. But yeah, I think teams are who they are. There are some young teams with young players that just keep getting better.
Alex Flum, WDVM.
Hey, Coach Turgeon, with 7 games left in the regular season, I think it is, do you feel like this next game tomorrow is really going to have to set the tone for you guys as you kind of hit this last stretch of games, especially with how tough the schedule has been and how, on paper, the schedule is supposed to ease up the next few weeks?
Yeah. We know we got to play well. We got to play better than we've been playing. And we'll approach it one at a time. Obviously, we know we have a lot of games this week, so that'll be a little bit different how we approach things, keeping guys fresh. But, tomorrow night's, we're going to go in. We've worked hard this week. We're going to go in there and try to play well and worry about Minnesota. But, yeah, our guys, we know where we are. We know where we have to get. We know what we have to do, and just hopefully we're good enough to do it. We'll see. We got to be a lot more consistent than we've been from game to game, no matter who we're playing, because everybody's good in our league. I really believe that. So we have to play well. We have to play well on game day to win. So, but our guys probably look at it the same way you guys look at it. I know what we have this week, and we've approached trying to get better this past week in practice, and hopefully it'll show, moving forward.
A real quick follow-up, unrelated. Were you able to see any of Anthony Cowan's game from this week, or any of the highlights at all?
I didn't. I know the first game he played 3 minutes. Has there been another game? I live under a rock.
I think he had a one good game.
I hope he did. Oh, great. Good. He got some clock. That's great. Doesn't surprise me. Sean just told me he had around 15. That doesn't surprise me. He just needs a chance. There's a reason we won a Big Ten championship last year. He's a heck of a player.
Thank you.
Lala Bromberg, Testudo Times.
Hey, Coach, kind of building off of Alex's first question a bit, just, with having these 3 games in 4 days, how do you want the team to come out tomorrow to just kind of, be in that right mindset as you start such an important stretch?
Yeah, one thing with us, I don't care how hard your schedule is, and I've heard that we've played the toughest schedule in the country so far. We played 14 quad ones, we played the third hardest schedule, the second. No matter how hard it is, if you're losing, you lose confidence, and you're not quite as sure of yourself. So we've really talked about body language, positive energy, being confident, coaches, players, managers, trainers, everybody having that attitude. So we hung our heads a little early. We kept competing, but we hung our heads a little early against Ohio State. We can't do that. And we got 7 games left, like everybody said. We got to go one at a time, and we got to have positive energy and positive attitude and confidence. So that's really what I'm looking for, to be honest with you. If we have that for 40 minutes and we lose, that means that team was just better than we were. But that's something we've really talked about hard, and can't do anything about the past, but we can do something about the future. Let's take it one at a time, and let's see what happens.
Last question today, Jacob Steinberg, WMUC.
Hey, Coach, after watching the Ohio State film, is there anything you can pinpoint from this first 7 or 8 minutes in addition to better shot making that allowed the offense to have more success than other periods during the game?
Yeah, I thought we got some really good looks in the first half versus Ohio State, and I thought we missed some open ones in the second half. Where we blew that game, and they're a really good team, obviously. We lost 4 and 10 in transition. We lost them in the half court, and we had a 7-point lead on a really good team. And 3 shots later, we're down 1. So we weren't dialed into the game plan. It was something that we talked about, we worked on, and we let guys get free, and they made shots. And that's what good teams do. They make shots, but second half we missed some open looks, and we weren't as encouraged, we weren't as positive with our body language as we needed to be when things weren't going well with our offense at the start of the second half.
All right, Coach. Thanks. Appreciate your time.